Please smash that like button so I get pumped to create epic webtoon recaps. Thanks a million. Have an absolutely magical, awesome day. Plunging into the icy abyss, our heroine fades fast. Hey, open your eyes! Out of nowhere, a strong, muscular arm aggressively snatches her waist. But wait! The epic story just began! The Great Yin Empire, enjoying 3 glorious golden years. Underneath a breathtaking, romantic midnight canvas. Splish splash! Heavy water cascades! A sketchy, dangerous crowd waits eagerly. Keep pulling her upwards. Is she breathing? Did the pampered brat survive? A hunky brute hoists our lady ashore. You lived comfortably enough, right, princess? Our princess jolts awake, heart doing completely crazy flips. Gorgeous! Is he my fated male? Plus, I magically isekai'd into an elite royal. Talk about a VIP spawn. She instantly clung to him. Hey, my glamorous new lifestyle is totally peaking. She flashed a cute pout. He smirked darkly. Oh, how wonderfully tragic. He ruthlessly dropped her. All right, boys, time for some spicy entertainment. Our Royal Highness plummeted onto the hard ground, completely dumbfounded. Hold up, spicy entertainment? Is it the steamy romance trope I'm imagining? She froze in sheer panic as he neared. Pause the plot. You fished me out just to ruin me? I am literal royalty. He swatted her trembling hands away. You seem incredibly forgetful. That your fancy royal title, he snarled while pinning her, belongs to overthrown history. Once our glorious emperor conquered the continent, he commanded us to ruthlessly exterminate the fallen royal bloodline. But you and your little brother were hidden behind absolutely insane security. Absolutely nobody outside the tall palace walls ever saw your faces. Your loyal maids were permanently silenced. For 3 agonizing years, we dug through the mud, searching. Jackpot! Boys, don't you think we totally deserve a delicious, mouth-watering feast? The creepy goons flashed wicked grins. In sheer desperation, she unleashed her ultimate survival move, the legendary crotch kick. Get your paws off! She bolted away, screaming out, Author! Is your sick mind wired for angst? My first isekai trip, and I get slapped with this nightmare. Could my luck possibly suck more? The cosmic author echoed. Fair point. Before jumping dimensions, you were already dodging a massive disaster. So let's rewind this mess to the main inciting incident. Society claims weddings represent the absolute magical peak of any woman's life. Our girl wore a breathtaking bridal gown. But what if you wed 5 psychotic villains? The ringleader slithered closer, obsessively twirling her hair. You look absolutely scrumptious in white lace, my dear. Once we say our vows, our blissfully wicked shared honeymoon begins. She shivered, imagining a horrific captivity scenario. She violently shoved him away. Blissful romance, my foot. 1 bride, 5 psychos? That literally violates every marriage law, you lunatics. My hopelessly addicted father has 0 conscience, auctioning me off to complete utter human garbage. Thanks to his massive casino debts, I must escape during this chaos. Suddenly, she was busted. Yo, how did our bride break loose? Freeze! She hoisted her heavy skirts, sprinting across the stone bridge. Only an absolute NPC would stay. If I wasn't hogtied earlier, I would have escaped much sooner, honestly. Peeking down, she spotted a grandpa paddling. He cheerfully hummed. I got a cute warship I've never sailed before. A brilliant idea sparked. Getaway boat. She frantically crunched numbers, charting the bridge arch as starting point 0. My altitude is 10x. The dinghy is 10y. So x squared equals 20 minus 2 pi. Totally physically possible. She bravely yeeted herself, aiming to stick a superhero landing on deck. But physics lied, and she flopped spectacularly straight into the freezing river. Total chaos erupted upstairs. The runaway bride jumped into the lake. Can she even swim? Shut your stupid, noisy traps! These waters possess deadly undertows. Jumping guarantees an instant demise. That stubborn, infuriating brat. Scoring elite nobles was a total blessing, yet she still pulled this dramatic stunt. Drifting downwards, she mentally facepalmed. Tragic idiot. I completely forgot to calculate my gown's heavy weight. If I ever respawn, I'll absolutely study hardcore STEM subjects. Suddenly, her soul violently jolted. Wait, what's happening now? Fading into darkness, a mysterious whisper called out. Oh heavens! Grant me one more respawn ticket! Wham! She abruptly landed somewhere solid. Sitting up, she locked eyes with a snarky young boy. Sorry, Annie, your reincarnation privileges are permanently revoked here forever. The boy approached, casually holding a magical clipboard. Quitting life is a cosmic sin. You're permanently blacklisted from Rebirth. She totally panicked. Wait, I didn't intentionally quit life. It was a total physics miscalculation. The boy walked away, ignoring her. Whatever your excuse, failing that survival check carries heavy penalties. You abandoned your avatar. Isn't every human legally allowed to botch algebra occasionally? He paused. Valid logic. Giant sparkly anime tears flooded her eyes. Exactly right! The cosmic boy smirked. All right, deal. I'll offer one epic secret redemption side quest. If you successfully carry another doomed character safely to their natural finale, you'll unlock a premium ticket to live once again. She gasped happily. Wait, you mean an Isekai Rebirth? Honestly, that's absolutely amazing. Round 2. Here I come. I definitely won't fall for Dad's toxic casino gambling tricks. I will finally reclaim everything stolen from me. I can also uncover my missing birth mother. The boy coldly warned her. Do not celebrate your victory just yet. You must conquer your grand quest first. The heroine eagerly agreed. All right, understood. The administrator opened his ledger and began scribbling. Tell me, Annie, do you possess any divine medical skills? The heroine awkwardly answered, Nope. Their intense interrogation dragged on. Any mastery over lethal toxins? Nope. What about elite military combat experience? Never. A shadowy killer? Absolutely not. None of those, the administrator gasped. So you are completely worthless. The heroine stuttered. Sorry, I am totally unworthy of transmigration. The boy sighed. With those pathetic stats, your only destiny is serving as a human shield. Then he vanished. Best of luck! He smashed a button, instantly warping the terrified girl away. She plunged underwater. Why me again? This is pure torture. Somebody help! Suddenly, a hand gripped her waist, violently hoisting her up. Bingo! You guessed correctly! That arm belonged to the exact same shameless scoundrel who just moved me to tears. What an absolute pervert! I am a gullible clown! Waiting on the shore was the same gang of ruthless thugs, completely surrounding her. Precious Royal, your luck is gone. Minions, capture her. Use her body to exact my bloody revenge. Right before they attacked, the mechanical voice chimed. Ding! Congratulations, you have triggered the absolute despair threshold. Epic beginner package unlocked. Tap to claim a supreme super rare protector. The Royal panicked. SOS. System? Still online? A violent hurricane swept her away. Whoa! Where did this terrifying demonic gale originate? And a beginner reward is a supreme super rare level champion? Jackpot! She desperately smashed the screen, claiming everything. Quickly arrive and help your noble mistress turn the tides! A blinding thunderbolt crashed down. The thugs jumped in pure terror. What is happening? The heir yelled, Taste my wrath, you peasants! A champion materialized. He ruthlessly stomped on her skull, crushing her ego. My supreme super rare champion! The protector glared. Are you the summoner? The furious royal shoved him. Yes, now get off! The thugs trembled in horror. Is that ancient sorcery? The tiny warrior warned. Stay vigilant. Do not trigger chaos. Suddenly, a massive behemoth violently swatted two grunts away. Move your useless bodies aside. Make way. Are you pathetic cowards seriously trembling over a pint-sized toddler? He looks fragile as a rooster. A single swing from my mighty warhammer will completely obliterate him, the royal gasped. What monstrous stature is this? The supreme super rare champion dashed forward. Before the giant boasted, the protector unleashed a catastrophic punch into his face. A brutal scream echoed, instantly eradicating the giant. The protector narrowed his eyes. There are far too many enemy vermin. Draw your blades. I spot a fatal opening! On my first night, the battlefield was painted crimson. After obliterating the threat, the supreme super rare champion never hesitated for a heartbeat. His chilling gaze was far colder than his blade. The protector shot a freezing glare, causing her to shiver. Astonishingly, she lunged into his embrace. Having an overpowered champion feels incredibly safe. Can I cling to his coattails forever? She affectionately ruffled the tiny protector's hair. Your name is Huang, correct? I will affectionately dub you Mao. She playfully squished his cheeks. Starting today, remain glued to your older sister's side. I vow to spoil you with legendary banquets and fine clothes. She patted Ermao's head. What is your verdict, my precious Ermao? His mismatched eyes, swirling with Arctic hostility, silently warned. Cease your touching immediately! The heir stared at Ermao, captivated. Like an adorable wolf pup. His cuteness could spark a felony. In a silver flash, Ermao pressed freezing steel against the royal's throat. The terrified heir nearly panicked. Is my ferocious wolf pup throwing a tantrum? Is his pride offended by head pats? Ah, his tiny height is a huge insecurity. Ermao whipped his icy gaze away. The shameless heir boldly extended her arms. Carrying you is the only solution, correct? She lifted Ermao! He blushed deeply. The system chimed. Congratulations, host! You triggered romantic affection from a male for the first time. This milestone unlocks your first conquerable target, the handsome Hua Gongzi. Please journey to Linen Capital to meet him and unlock deeper strategies. Ermao nodded, patting her cheek. The royal gasped. You are moved! Flustered, Ermao angrily leaped down. In your ridiculous dreams, the system chimed. Congratulations, host! You triggered romantic affection from a male for the first time, unlocking your initial conquerable target, the Hua Gongzi. Please journey to capital city Lin'an to meet Hua Gongzi and unlock deeper strategies. The heir crossed her delicate arms. Judging by these notifications, I have been reincarnated into a reverse harem dating simulator, right? Not a game, but survival dictates I must conquer every male lead's heart, correct? The administrator responded. Precisely. Their attachment can blossom from passion or camaraderie. The administrator continued, but the thrilled royal abruptly interrupted. Aha, in other words, if I harvest enough romance points, I can achieve the ultimate protagonist lifestyle, right? The system angrily roared back at her. Target locked! The Pleasure District's intoxicating male courtesan, Lord Hua, his notorious stage name, the Wood King. The Fallen Dynasty's 7th royal prince, who secretly cultivated terrifying underworld influence right beneath the new emperor's nose. The host must uncover all remaining dark secrets! The princess flinched dramatically. Good heavens, why are you randomly screaming? Then the glowing interface vanished. The princess sighed heavily. Such massive arrogance! She dragged Mao along. Hey, do not judge me. Ridiculous isekai romance webtoons are literally everywhere nowadays. Even without dating experience, I know these romantic tropes. Regardless, I absolutely must accept this crazy, perilous mission. The next time it pops up, I am throwing absolute hands with it. Out of nowhere, a terrifyingly blood-soaked palm violently lunged out from behind them. Morning dawned over bustling Lin City, with sweet songbirds echoing through the sky. The confident princess proudly strutted into the notoriously dazzling Hua Pleasure District. She gasped in sheer awe. Wow, my brother built this magnificent empire? So incredibly impressive. Inside the lavish pavilion, a handsome server warmly greeted her. Noble lady, seeking sweet melodies or fragrant blossom tea? The princess slyly smirked. Obviously, I require your most intoxicating tea. She casually flipped a golden ingot toward the server, leaving him totally paralyzed. A pure gold ingot! The ecstatic server eagerly led her. Right this way, noble miss. Our absolute top courtesan shall personally entertain you. Passing the private VIP chambers, breathless moans echoed endlessly. The blushing princess secretly giggled. Heh. This body's previous owner clearly pawned all her precious jewelry underground. It is undeniably true that cold hard cash buys everything. The server beamed brightly. Lord Hua just debuted last year. Upon his grand debut, he instantly became our undisputed top earner. The princess thoughtfully stroked her delicate chin. A fallen prince running a brothel is a classic cliché, but they usually sell their art, never their bodies. That server implied my dangerous brother actively sells his charms. She peeked through a cracked door. Oh my gosh, he is passionately entangled in intimacy with another gorgeous man. Suddenly, his piercing gaze locked onto hers. Is that you? Meanwhile, the frantic server nervously begged the boss. Boss, please stop parading our mesmerizing Lord Hua by the entrance. Now absolutely every single thirsty customer is demanding him. The boss snapped back. Are we running a profitable empire or not? Outside, Ah Mao gently caressed his dangerously sharp steel sword. Back inside, Lord Hua seductively traced the princess's jawline. My terribly precious little sister. You survived! How utterly disappointing! His elegant fingers then dangerously squeezed her fragile neck. Gasping for air, the princess panicked. This trope is completely backwards! How did things suddenly derail? Look at this perfectly sculpted jade-like handsome beauty! He is my very first romance capture target! Lord Hua roughly shoved her blushing face aside. Little Yun Kai, is it really you? We share blood after all. He lounged on the bed, smirking. Everyone get out. My little sister and I have highly private matters to discuss right now. The princess shooed them. Scram, get out! His romance meter must be totally skyrocketing, right? She confidently thought, beaming. He sensually parted his robes. The princess stood paralyzed. Affection score plunged to -50! System alert! If the male lead's burning hatred maxes out, the host's chance of brutal murder violently skyrockets. Lord Hua's gorgeous hands clamped aggressively, harder around her desperately fragile windpipe. The horrified princess panicked. Isn't he the original owner's older brother? Shouldn't they be like devoted angels to each other? What exactly did the previous owner do to earn such passionate, murderous hatred? A holographic glowing notification finally materialized. Past memories unlock only after affection points hit a specific dramatic milestone. Cornered, she instantly unleashed her ultimate attack. The legendary Nutcracker Kick! Seriously, if I remain totally blind to his homicidal grudge, how will I ever build a reverse harem of maximum affection in this crazy world? She launched combo attack number 2. He crumpled to the floorboards with an agonizing thud, while she desperately bolted away. Screw this nonsense! Keep your stupid affection rewards! I am grabbing my portrait and fleeing far away from these toxic psychopaths immediately! I will happily enjoy a peaceful retirement. Bursting through the exit, she thought, this absolutely counts as failing the tragic quest, right? She abruptly froze, stumbling backward in horror. The outside world was totally obliterated into a terrifying void. Everything vanished. The interface stated, if the host chooses to surrender, feel free to dive into that endless abyss anytime. Surrendering guarantees an express ticket to hell with absolutely zero chance of glorious reincarnation. The panicked princess gulped. Wait, then what if my gorgeous brother violently murders me inside? The interface replied, mission failed, 0 reincarnation. The frustrated princess groaned. You guys are giving me no way out. Honestly though, diving into the void seems incredibly easy right now. One single dramatic step forward ends all my tragic suffering. Yet, she stepped back inside. If rage quitting was that simple, everything would end way too fast, wouldn't it? Lord Hua glared up with deadly eyes. You dare return? The princess forced a sweet smile. Big brother, did I hurt you just now? You were violently strangling me. It really hurt. But as loving siblings, fighting is totally normal sometimes, right? She playfully walked 2 fingers toward his waist. Otherwise, I can massage it. The Flower Lord threw his head back, howling with laughter. Ha! His hand suddenly clamped onto her wrist. Back then, you cried pure innocence. Yet ultimately, are you not completely mirroring our twisted father? You merely desire me. He roughly yanked her closer. The royal beauty froze entirely. Wait, desire him exactly like father? He fiercely pinned her down. Fine, we share the same tainted bloodline. Before perishing, I shall grant you absolute pleasure. The panicked girl instantly recalled her mysterious savior. That fateful midnight, You and Prince Seven were guarded far too flawlessly. Beyond Imperial bloodlines, not a single soul witnessed you. Her mind completely reeled, wondering, could this dark secret be why we were shielded so aggressively? Was this Father's doing? Hold on! Father strictly kept you locked inside the cold palace too, the Lord bitterly sneered. Feigning total innocence? He shoved her. What did he do? Are you genuinely clueless? The panicked royal desperately scrambled back upright. No, this feels wrong. Shouldn't you absolutely despise performing intimate acts like this? Why? The Lord blinked, utterly shocked. Hate it? The more this tragically ruined flesh of mine appears completely broken, the more violently he desires it. He traced down his bare throat, then his sharp nails viciously gouged his own chest while speaking, making me desperately want to destroy it. The maiden gently embraced his trembling form. Suddenly, I fully comprehended his abysmal affection score. A completely broken soul who aggressively discarded their own dignity cannot possibly harbor love. She rose. Furthermore, judging entirely by his blazing venomous hatred toward me, the absolute most probable reality is that I aided his torment. She spun around, faking a bright smile. What was I babbling? Brother, you absolutely will doubt this. Yet I truly returned to eagerly atone. She dramatically flung her body against his boots. That year's terrifying events continuously haunt my sleepless nights and absolutely destroying my appetite. If I cannot successfully beg for your divine forgiveness, my miserable soul will never rest peacefully. What? Wah! She dramatically twisted away, loudly sobbing. The Lord blinked. He scoffed darkly, patting her head. Sweet sister, your heavy sins are never easily erased. The beauty grabbed his fingers. I shall gladly toil as your loyal beast. I refuse nothing. He stared intensely. Oh, really? What a pure coincidence. I recently stumbled into some annoying trouble. I demand you wed our terrifying Grand General. Wait! Simply to forcefully elevate my twisted sibling's affection score. Out of the negatives? I absolutely cannot accept this unhinged suicidal marital request. She choked. Her trembling figure swayed wildly leftwards, then violently wobbled rightwards. How incredibly sweet and overwhelmingly thoughtful of him today. She choked out a breathless giggle. Ha ha! Witnessing this bizarre breakdown, Huang leaped up entirely panicked. The Lord just sat there. Resting his handsome chin, he smirked. This fearsome Grand General actively commands the ruthless troops entirely hunting offspring of the fallen dynasty. The maiden entirely collapsed. You demonic brother, you simply desire my swift execution, right? The Lord calmly swirled his porcelain teacup. Securing this union is hardly impossible. In 1 month, his estate hosts a grand martial arts tournament to publicly select his future bride. Age apparently holds absolute zero importance. Whoever claims the ultimate victor's crown gracefully marries directly into that terrifying warlord's household. Hearing this, the royal practically coughed up blood. Ermeo worriedly asked, "What broke inside you?" The fragile girl instantly burst into tears. Dear Ermeo, answer honestly. Is there truly any microscopic chance for me to become a sword saint in 30 days? Ever since leaving that tea house, I frantically wandered the bustling market, gathering intel. Apparently, this fearsome Grand General of Great Yan is notoriously stubborn regarding romantic affairs. The Emperor personally offered him multiple royal marriage contracts. He ruthlessly rejected them. Elders attempted arranging unions, he entirely refused. He stubbornly demands choosing his bride through brutal martial combat. He declared that only a fierce warrior bathed in battlefield glory is worthy of crossing his threshold. The desperate princess clumsily sparred with Ermao. How badass! This giant warrior is forged from unbending steel. However, Ermeo instantly kicked her backward, crashing heavily into the dirt. Why must my bones suffer this exile because of that man? Sighing deeply, Ermeo finally halted her. Then stop practicing entirely. Your foundation is tragically weak. You cannot even beat a monkey. Those brutal words pierced straight through her heart. Do you honestly think I ignore my pathetic skills? She stubbornly hoisted the blade again. But if I surrender, A gruesome death is guaranteed, she fiercely resumed slashing. Suddenly, her scabbard violently launched forward. I cannot magically spawn instant affection. This stingy system refuses granting anything unless I personally cultivate it. What other lifeline do I possess? Ermeo suddenly asked. If you cannot wed him, will you truly perish? The fragile girl replied. Exactly! Aside from successfully seducing that general, absolute zero survival routes exist. Ermeo deeply pondered this, before finally declaring, This is highly bothersome. He turned to leave. The desperate princess wailed. Ermao, do not leave! If even you abandon me! However, Ermeo marched backward and dramatically unsheathed her blade. He seriously announced, Starting today, you are strictly limited to 3 hours of sleep. 1 month later, the hardened princess, overflowing with immense confidence, prepared for the epic tournament. The martial arts bride selection has finally commenced. Ermao promised that with my skills, I could easily defeat the Grand General. Ermao nervously gulped, painfully aware he spoke pure motivational nonsense. Out of nowhere, a bystander turned around and scoffed. Did you think this was a cute dating game? The princess blinked in pure shock. Wait, isn't this a husband selection tournament? Just a bunch of blushing maidens swooning over the mighty general, batting their eyelashes on stage, and the last girl standing takes the handsome prize home? The man simply patted her shoulder and chuckled. Little sister, you stepped into this arena completely clueless. The Grand General's martial arts tournament is an actual brutal bloodbath. The first warrior to smash the champion out of the ring claims victory. He pointed forward. And that champion is the general himself. He radiated a terrifying aura. The princess gulped, I am totally doomed. Author, can we please change the female lead? She grabbed the man's sleeve. Hold on a second. That Jujin Shu over there actually shows some favorability. Fantastic! The terrifying boss hunting me down is actually my system's main target. A mechanical chime suddenly rang out. Congratulations, dear host! You have triggered the favorability mission. Defeat the champion to earn exactly 1 shiny punishment ticket. Failing will violently deduct 10 favorability points from Zujin Shu. The princess gasped in absolute disbelief. Are you absolutely certain this is a congratulation? She clenched her fists, punching the empty air in pure frustration. Fine, whatever. This trashy system and my brother are exactly the same, constantly praying for my early demise. But clashing with the mighty general might work, right? She forced an awkward smile, desperately trying to self-soothe. Surely, he will show ladies some mercy. Perhaps my breathtaking beauty and elegant swordplay will completely captivate him, instantly winning over his cold heart. A female challenger was brutally tossed away. The left minister's daughter is out. Next, the Great Yin's third royal princess is entirely eliminated. Cold sweat rolled down her pale cheeks as her awkward smile completely shattered. This painfully dense meathead has absolutely zero concept of treating lovely maidens with tenderness. Boiling with rage, she muttered. This is pure madness! Why are countless beauties throwing themselves at this heartless jerk, practically begging to be totally pulverized? Are they completely delusional? General, notice me! The warrior stopped, and the audience screamed, General, you are so handsome! He slowly turned toward her and coldly mocked. Your delusions are equally massive. Just surrender now. Victory is impossible for you. She awkwardly scratched her head. Fair enough, but whatever. Even if I am brutally tossed off this stage, I will fiercely crawl back. No matter how hard I get smashed down, I will definitely rise again. She wildly swung her shining blade. Protagonist plot armor? Isn't that the classic trope? Ermao heavily sighed, stepping forward. The stunned female lead turned around as he offered the mystic blade. Use my ultimate technique! Mu Yun Kai! Challenge him again! Mu Yun Kai dashed forward fearlessly. Just as the imposing general struck, he froze in shock. This woman actually withstood my deadly strike! Mu Yun Kai was also completely stunned. I actually parried his heavy strike! The audience gasped. Exactly what is the background of this little girl? She is trading blows equally with our supreme commander. Wait, no, they aren't merely matched. This crazy little girl is dominating. The mighty commander completely froze. Mu Yun Kai fiercely aimed her blade at him. Though clueless about her sudden victory, the elite soldiers behind her were utterly dumbfounded. This crazy lunatic actually shattered the Supreme Commander's most treasured armor. Battling fiercely is perfectly fine, but why shred his personal garments? Does this girl lack basic martial arts decency? Hearing their whispers, Mu Yun Kai panicked. His precious armor? Oh no, my favorability rating! The mighty commander raised a hand, demanding absolute silence. One confused subordinate mumbled, "Wait, but boss!" Suddenly, the intimidating warlord loudly shouted out, "Sister-in-law!" Zhu Jinshu's favorability failed to hit 20. Mu Yun Kai joyfully skipped home. She cheered loudly. Wow! I never imagined Mao was an actual weapon fairy. The magical soul simply merges into the steel. Grasping the hilt instantly triggers an overpowered auto-combat hack. Why hide this epic cheat skill from me? Safe at home, Mu Yun Kai was already practicing her swings. Concealed inside the metal, Mao weakly whispered, "Go wash up. Just lay me beneath the courtyard tree to heal." Mu Yun Kai gently laid the blade down. Did that ultimate technique completely drain your precious energy? I am incredibly sorry, sweet Mao. Sleep peacefully. Then Mu Yun Kai quickly hurried away. I will cook a massive, legendary banquet to reward your hard work. The mystical blade levitated. Mao materialized, but his body violently fractured, spraying dark blood. He weakly wiped the dark crimson off his pale lips, hurriedly applying fresh medical bandages. A mysterious shadow ominously approached him. "Hello, tiny weapon fairy," he whispered. "Do you recall my face?" Meeting his vacant stare, he forced a bitter smile. "Ah, you recall absolutely nothing. You severely overtaxed your fragile soul. I mistakenly believed I was truly precious to you, so you have even completely erased the tragic former masters who unleashed your ultimate ability." He gently lifted his face. "Ultimately, they all tragically perished by your very own cursed hands. I clearly see you deeply treasure this master. If you genuinely desire her absolute safety," he ominously stroked the pale fairy's jawline, "why not choose me as your master?" A fist suddenly smashed his face. "You are acting way too completely obvious. With trying to openly steal my fairy. Taste my spicy chili bomb!" He wildly clutched his burning eyes. Mu Yun Kai fiercely grabbed his collar. "I just finished cooking, and some crazy thug is already trying to kidnap my little guardian." Then Mu Yun Kai fiercely hoisted the tired fairy over her shoulder. "In your dreams, creep! Get completely lost!" Mu Yun Kai dragged him off, leaving our guy entirely dumbfounded. This tiny sword spirit's new master sure is fiery. He calmly brushed his clothes off. Perhaps my timing absolutely sucked. That kid actually hesitated. It is his very first hesitation in 1,000 long years. Mao sulked pitifully indoors, quietly nursing his severely bruised ego. Every past master who activated your ultimate technique, and you tragically slaughtered them all. He questioned inwardly, was I truly that monstrous? He clutched his aching chest. Crap, why is my ancient memory completely blank? Suddenly, Mu Yun Kai loudly demanded hot water. A cheerful maid fetched fresh water, humming playfully while wringing a soft towel. How did that geezer brutalize you? She foolishly assumed his wounds came from Mao's masked opponent. She totally forgot she basically dragged him directly into that chaotic battlefield. Mao thought, this definitely counts as brutal damage. This hilarious misunderstanding works though. Mu Yun Kai then scrubbed his cheeks. I will permanently memorize his annoying face, even though that coward fled incredibly fast today. Once I farm enough affection points for overpowered skills, I will avenge you. Mao panicked wildly. Hold up! There is literal booger on that rag! Mu Yun Kai blinked. Booger? I just scrubbed it clean! The boy sighed in pure exasperation. Look closely! Meanwhile, at the fragrant chrysanthemum house, soft whimpers echoed indoors as two sweating hands intertwined. Doing great, little Twitch! A single, dramatic teardrop suddenly escaped. The poor boy sobbed. Hua Gongzi smirked, sitting up. Hey there, little Twitch wailed. You normally just creep outside my bedroom window. I assumed you finally became a real man tonight. Are you trembling now that absolute perfection is in your lap? Little Twitch nervously clutched his messy collar. Hua Gongzi seductively tugged those loose garments down further. Still terrified I might ruin you? Little Twitch glared upward, letting out a sassy scoff. Can your trembling body be any more blatantly honest? You crave this, Hua Gongzi gasped as a fist flew. My body absolutely despises this. Hua Gongzi grinned wickedly. I am merely a toy. Do as you totally please. Why even worry about my feelings? He tenderly stroked his flushed cheek. Little Twitch declared fiercely, I am totally different. Little Twitch hesitated. Hua Gongzi whispered, What's wrong? The boy gritted his teeth. Shoving the beautiful man away, he yelled, I refuse to please you! Hua Gongzi chuckled, patting him. Such a tiny favor is incredibly easy. Just sneak a mysterious guy inside your brother's military mansion. Little Twitch gasped in total shock. Wow, the mighty general's estate was lavishly decorated for a booming wedding. Meanwhile, our cunning heroine successfully infiltrated the mansion using her flawless bridal disguise. Despite clearing her mission, melancholy struck. Wearing bright bridal robes, she completely fumed. Why is my stingy brother's affection meter firmly stuck at -50? 0 points were gained. Are you actually mocking me? She violently slammed her red veil down, stomping fiercely. Am I just sacrificial meat? Suddenly, the imposing Grand General arrived. My sweet little wife, were you waiting rather impatiently? His handsome expression darkened instantly at the absolute mess. Are you crushing your sacred veil? She panicked, retreating. Regarding this disaster, she frantically scrambled for excuses. Please let me explain. He grabbed her trembling hand. What needs explaining? If this offends your taste, I will order a better one by tomorrow morning. He dangerously yanked her closer. Gazing up at his face, she mentally panicked. Is this tyrant completely drunk? He was totally freezing and aloof during the martial tournament. Sweeping her up smoothly, the commander ordered, Let us sleep now. He gently tossed her into bed. She jolted straight up, asking loudly, Is roughly chucking your new bride onto the mattress a romantic family tradition? Turning around in total confusion, she spotted the commander chilling on the floorboards. Wait, you are sleeping down there? The handsome commander grunted deeply. It has been 10 years, until His Imperial Majesty rules securely. I cannot sleep on pillows. She faked dramatic shock. Why? Is this dynasty not currently peaceful? Back in my humble village, folks leave doors completely unlocked overnight. The general, resting his arms backward, replied calmly, Those surviving royal orphans from the fallen empire, they naturally remain a highly dangerous hidden threat. That sharp remark completely targeted her hidden identity. This very girl is literally a fallen royal princess. A tense guard yelled outside, Sir, a critical military emergency requires your attention. Could you please step out? The general stood. Speak freely now. A loyal guard dragged an anxious informant inside, quickly reporting, This rat knows exactly what the fallen princess looks like. The following morning at the lively chrysanthemum quarter, our messy-haired heroine aggressively charged toward Mu Wu Shuang. Stomping fiercely, she raged. I literally just accepted your crazy marriage quest today, and immediately after, you practically deliver a snitch who exposes my secret royal identity right there. Are you plotting my early demise? You absolute villain! Mu Wu Shuang simply petted his fluffy cat, leaving our heroine completely speechless. Fake tears pooled instantly in her eyes. Who could keep hurling insults at such a devilish tactic? Emotional damage is totally cheating! Dramatic tears cascaded down, yet her brother casually stood protected beneath his glorious parasol. Judging by your adorably angry pout, you finally saw that man. She suddenly remembered secretly spying outside while her incredibly handsome general was chatting. Calm your cute temper. You literally conquered the terrifying commander-in-chief. How could your dear brother rest peacefully without giving you a proper bodyguard? She blinked in total shock. Wait, that pervert survived the ordeal? He gracefully stood up barefoot. I gave that fool my sleeping lotus. Without the cure, he remains deeply in slumber. Be a good little sister, and he sleeps forever. She visibly flinched at the threat. Is that true? Haven't I acted perfectly angelic already? He playfully pinched her delightfully soft cheek. You have 30 days to make the commander's estate dig up every tiny clue regarding our lost dad. She froze, completely baffled. Our dad? You mean that tragic old fool who ruined your precious life so badly? Wait, he still breathes? Strolling away, she finally connected the crazy dots. Her bossy sibling ordered this infiltration mission strictly to use her charming husband as a meat shield. 30 days feels super rushed, but perfectly doable. Please visit us again soon, the cheerful servant yelled. She smirked brightly. Since her handsome warrior is totally obsessed with her, winning his heart is comically effortless. She just needed tiny sacrifices, like doing morning beauty routines. Meanwhile, her giant, terrifying warlord stood gently styling his adorable little wifey's hair with delicate, sparkly pins. My styling technique is quite amazing, he boasted, but our heroine had entirely zoned out.